Hello everybody, it's Christina. It's time for a BoBunny stash bash. And what I've got is the collection I started with, it was 2 months ago because last month was 30 days of sketches and I had done it ahead, so I don't know, whatever. I don't think I used BoBunny last month, but anyways, the collection I've got here is the Avenues from 2013, y'all. And I still have, this is the cover sheet, so that don't count. I still have a handful of these. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 12 by 12s, I think. And then just scraps, and then I have some pieces that are cut. So my goal is to try to use, I don't know if I get a whole, I don't think I can use all of it, y'all. It's probably just not possible today. So I may have one more month of this one. I don't know, we'll see. If it's enough that I can break it down, I might do that. But what I decided to do is I have this picture. This isn't the best picture. I was trying to take a picture of my dad during a Snapchat, or not Snapchat, FaceTime. For some reason, it kind of got messed up in my things off. I may reprint this, but this is generally the picture I'm going to use. And I decided to use the Scrap Room Flavors of the Month. They have a Freaky Fast formula, November 2023. 12 by 12, or you cut out these pieces, these sizes, and then you organize it however kind of way. And I thought, you know what, why not? I haven't done one of these in a while. So I'm going to cut these out and use this to do that. So I pulled out this here because I could measure the circle. So this is really old, y'all. The 6.5 inch circle, I'm going to have to use this with the little blue ring because I know that makes 6.5. That's what it said. These ones, I need a 3 3/4. And I know I can be a little bit more specific with this one because it's on here. 3 3/4. Where is it? Well, there it is right there. And then I have the 2 inch. Anyway, so I can do it with this thing and this little guy. So I'll do that. And I'll come back on in a minute. I may show you my pieces. All right, talk soon. Okay, everybody. I kind of have kind of a mess going on here. What I've got is I did the, okay, so as a reminder, I got this Freaky Fast formula, right? I had to have a 12 by 2.5, so that's this guy. A 9 by 5.5, so that's that guy. A 6, oh, y'all have not cut that yet. I gotta have a 6.5 inch circle. I still gotta do that. But I had that paper with the little clocks on it, and that is 3 3/4, and this is 2 inches. So I still have to cut my 6.5 inch circle. Thinking, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this, I've done trim this down 1/2 inch, and my goal is to put it here, and I'm inking the edges, y'all. I'll hop back on here so I can show you before I start doing too much. I'm going to ink the edges of that. I'm going to ink the edges of all these little guys here. Oh, because I cut the rest of the clocks out. It doesn't say you can't add, so I'm going to add these clocks to it some kind of way. I hadn't figured out yet exactly what, but I'm thinking, you know, something like this or something. I don't know yet, y'all. Something, probably something like this, but I do need to find my circle some kind of way, and I think I'll have to cut it. I've only got now, because I need a 6.5 inch, right? So that's a little bigger. I could cut it out of this, but that's the same paper, so that's not going to work. It's going to have to be out of this. I might could do this pattern. I could use this and kind of get that little bird some kind of way, or this one. I may go with this one because it kind of matches that pattern. So I'll cut the circle here. That was kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see. So that's kind of my plan. I got to cut my 6.5 inch, but I'll ink the edges of these too. I have this vintage photo is my plan. So let me finish that and I'll be back on in a second. All right. I have my 6.5 inch circle you see right there. Underneath my other smaller circles. It's got a little bird and stuff on it. I thought it was kind of a neat part of the pattern. It was actually like the lower part of the lower right corner of a pattern paper. And I thought, okay, that's a cool little pattern there. So what I've got going on is I've kind of showed you guys already. I was kind of mounting this vertical stripes and all that kind of, with the vertical pieces. And I did that, and then I'm going to just put this circle here. This actually came together. It took me a minute to cut out the clocks, y'all. I cut all the clocks off the pattern paper. I have 2 of them. They're the official, like, Freaky Fast Friday, or what, Freaky Fast Formula Friday. Can't where I talk. Anyways, I have 2 of the circles that are the official sizes, but then I went ahead and cut all the clocks out, y'all, because I thought, you know what, when I talked to my dad, so what's funny about that picture is it's just a screenshot from a FaceTime. He'd been sick and stuff, and he couldn't talk for, I think, close to a year, just because of the way the trach, you couldn't hear him. You know, it was just basically air. You couldn't hear, and the machines would be really loud. So he couldn't really talk. He would try, but he really couldn't talk. But y'all, as soon as he could talk again, man, he just goes and goes and goes. He talks for hours. I'd go sit with him for hours, and he would talk nearly the entire time. And even now, I'll get on FaceTime. Now, he's always been chatty. I don't want to suggest he hadn't been, but he just like he got let loose, you know. And so I'll get on these little FaceTime videos, and it'll be hours, y'all, if I'm not careful. He loves to talk. So anyway, I've got my clocks kind of going down here, and I've put all these little clocks. I've just cut those out of that pattern paper. And I'm kind of going down in this little diagonal cascade is my thoughts on this. And I'm using some Nuvo glue. I do use foam up behind some of them. I did use foam behind the photo. And there's like 4 of the smaller clocks that I'll put some foam on. So like the top, the little white one on the top, the little beigey one in the top right, the little white one kind of next to, on top of the pattern circle that's next to the turquoisey one. There's 2 down in the right down there. And then the one over to the left is all up on foam. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm sticking the title down, y'all. It's just Chatty Cathy. It's just little stickers. Nothing fancy. I just used some wet glue to hold them down because they're not going to stay otherwise. I'm just trying to figure out where they're going to go. I like to put my titles on wax paper if I'm not sure exactly where they're going to go. So I have all that down, and I'm going to stick this little tag up under here. That's where I'm going to put a little bit of journaling. Basically, I'm just going to say one of my mini FaceTime calls with Daddy. And I'm going to get my Nuvo glues out here. And I put 3 little white or creamy ones. I think it's the, y'all, I'm so sorry. I don't remember which finish. It's the shiny finish. And I'll put like kind of around in little clusters. I'll put 3 little dots of the white ones. And then I'm going to just put 1 of the little turquoisey stone ones. I didn't want to go crazy with the Nuvo drops, but I did kind of put them all around. That's really all the embellishment I'm going to do, y'all. I thought I'd have to get up into my stash. But honestly, with the little clocks and then, of course, the birds on the pattern, it was perfect. And y'all, I'm going to call this a success, too, because I did use basically all my papers. I had a couple of bigger scraps, so they went into my scrap papers. But honestly, I didn't have anything left. So I was really proud of myself for bashing my BoBunny stash, y'all. And I think this turned out really neat with all these little clocks. That was something I didn't actually even start the plan with. So thank you for the fast formula for suggesting the circles, because I don't think I would have done it otherwise. Here's where I'm just using my little black pen, and it just says one of my mini FaceTime calls with Daddy, which I said a second ago, and I'll just add that right there. I need to put the year on it, actually, now that I'm looking at it. And that's all I'm going to do, y'all. I didn't sprinkle anything or anything like that because I did use the Nuvo. But I'm kind of pleased with this. I inked all the edges of all the clocks and all the papers and things like that, just because when I cut those clocks out, they're not perfect circles. So that's what I did. So y'all, thanks so much for watching. Tomorrow's Sunday, so we'll have a Scrap Lift Crafternoon. So make sure you watch that and check that playlist. And I will be doing a different BoBunny collection next month. I can't believe I finished this one, y'all. I'm kind of proud of myself working through my BoBunnies here. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk next time. Bye.